Hello and welcome to Stellaris. So, if you missed the last episode, we created our little empire here. We're the great Evandari nation. We are colonizing foxes. So, let's just jump right in. I'm going to just say done there. We're going to choose how big we want the galaxy. Obviously, we're going to go for huge. Let's go for a spiral arm galaxy for this one. As many AI nations as it let us have, and we'll just jump in. There we go. Great Evandari Nation. In the eons since the first primitive Evandari communities took shape on the snowfields and ice caves of Drull, our civilization has spread and prospered. Despite our rapid progression through the technological ages, as a species we were fragmented and inefficient. A new system emerged during these chaotic times that delivered us from superstitious beliefs and brought order to society. Some resisted this change out of irrational fear, but after several pacification wars, they too became productive components of a greater whole. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Evandari nation have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. Okay, so we will begin.
I am Vea,
Let's have no tutorial, thank you. Right, so this is our small little nation here. We start with some construction ships, some scientist ship, and a military ship, and our actual world itself. So, before we get started, I would like to show you the kind of universe we're in. So this is the entire universe we've got loaded. We're kind of at the middle of one of these spiral arms, and if you see all these lines here, this is the hyperspace network that I was talking about last episode. This is how we get between different kind of areas. So say we want to move from our nation, like our little bit here, to another bit, we can just instantly go through the hyperspace lane. Now, there are other ways of travel. If you've got wormhole travel, say we could have a little wormhole set up here, and there could be another wormhole all the way up over here, that would allow instant travel between them, but it would be slower travel like everywhere else. And I believe the last one is warp drive. And that allows you travel within, say the circle was how large our warp drive, that was our warp drive range. You would be able to go anywhere between that, I believe, like really quickly. Outside that would be slow. So it's just an interesting kind of thing with the different movement types. So what do we need to get done first? Well, we need to choose a technology. So let's see if I got that right. So we need to choose a couple of different technologies. First one we're going to choose is obviously, we get 3 options for each technology that we want to choose, but the one that we're not going to even think about is we're going to take the colony ship, which basically allows us to colonize. For physics, what we're going to choose, we can choose energy storage capacity, and energy is kind of our credits, and right now we can store up to 2,500. I don't think we need any more capacity right now. But the power plant could be interesting. It costs time, which is the 180 cost, and 90 minerals. Minerals are kind of our building currency. They're what we use to pay for buildings, while energy is kind of what we use to maintain buildings, and also apparently is what the currency accepted by all spacefaring races. So we can use that there. We also have influence, which is used for other things like edicts, leaders, and has some other buildings that we can buy, and we can deal factions that way. So that would unlock an extra power plant for us, which would produce a lot more energy than the default power plant. We could also get another level of power plant, but that would allow us to have we need to have special stones, which I think are a unique currency we'd find, or a unique resource on a planet, and that would allow better power plants. We could unlock the solar power network, which would again allow us extra energy credits. And that seems fine. It costs a little bit less than the energy, than the power plants. Yeah, it costs less than the power plants, but gives just a little bit less energy than them. Or we could go for the physics lab, which is in a different kind of line of tech. This is in the computing tech, and this gives us basically the ability to get extra mana for research, which could be good if we want to really go hard on the research. I think we should probably go for field modulation first, because this gives us some more energy, and we can possibly use the energy to get us more buildings, to get us more minerals, to get us just a good base for which we can then put things into research later, instead of researching things we can't buy, basically. And for engineering, now we've got materials which can be used to make armor here, which we can put on our ships. We probably don't need that right now. I'm not planning on getting into any early fights, although maybe we should build it just because that would give us the option. Powered exoskeletons could make us better at army damage, and also gives us more minerals whenever, I believe just 5% more minerals. That would be really good. And engineering facility produces lots of this mana. I really like the minerals idea. It just gives us permanent extra stuff. Also, I think our nation we took weak. I can't remember where you find that. Species maybe? Yes, we took weak, which actually lowers our army damage, so that would help offset that a little bit while also giving us something else, which is cool. Right. Now, we have a couple of ships here, and what we want to do with these is we probably want to send our science ship off to kind of survey our own area here. And it'll just kind of potter away, it'll survey all the planets, it'll tell us what's on them, it'll tell us what's habitable, and then we'll send it off to other places. Our construction ship, we probably want to... we can't really do anything with it right now, I don't believe. But once our science ship finds something, we can build stuff on it. And our military fleet isn't needed at all, so we'll leave that. And we have our actual world, and our world has a different view. This isn't the view I was looking for. It has the surface view, which is kind of where you build your buildings, and it also shows you, if I can find it here, I can't actually see any, but you can show you where the next population is being built. So if you've got enough growth, it will actually allow you to get more population, which you can then use to use more buildings, and then yes, you can do that. Or you can also just say, I wanted to get this physics research here. We could just put a population, say this guy, on there, and that would just give us 2 physics research permanently, which would be pretty cool. I think we're alright with that just now though. I believe also everything next to this kind of capital building gets a little bit of a bonus, which is nice. We'll just leave it all alone for just now. It doesn't look like we have any more pop. Do we actually have enough? We have enough food, so we are getting more food than we're losing, and that does increase the growth rate of pop, so that's cool. Don't know why it doesn't show us where the next one is. Maybe I'm just missing that here. Anyway, we have our actual armies, don't need to worry about that at all right now. And we have our spaceport where we can build extra, ships. And we can also improve our spaceport if we had unlocked anything about that. Another thing you can do with ships is you can actually build your own ships. So say we could have a look at this, and we have a lot of different drivers for it, and we have a lot of different things that we can add on to it. I haven't had a lot of time to look into this right now, so I'm just going to use the auto ships. But later we might look into that a little bit more. Another thing that's worth pointing out is we have a situation log here, which is currently empty. But in the situation log, it will allow you to... it's kind of like missions from EU4. It can show you what exactly you want to be doing. So say you find some aliens, they'll say investigate the aliens, and then you can do that mission. Then we have our kind of victory thing, which kind of shows you how you win. So that's fine. Right, let's let the game be unpaused and see how it goes. We're just going to sit back a little bit. Where is our science ship? We'll follow that for just now. And I'll speed up the game just a tad so we can see where things are going. Okay, so we have a new heir to our empire, and we'll take the throne when our current ruler dies. That's fine. We have a ruler for life, so it doesn't really bother me at all. First thing it's doing is scanning our sun to see if our sun has any kind of resources. It does not appear to have any resources at all, so that's not good. Just a little asteroid here. Okay, so see this asteroid? It has some minerals. So what we could do is we could send our little construction ship over there and get some more minerals. I'm not going to do that right now because I would prefer to get a little bit more energy before I do that. But it also shows habitability, which I'll leave the game on pause while I'm looking at this. This basically shows how well we would be able to adapt to living on this planet or this asteroid or whatever. So at the moment this asteroid is just completely useless and we could never live on it. But if we have a look at our own world, it has 100% habitability because that's where we were from. So that makes a lot of sense. If we find another world with 100% habitability, we want to jump on it straight away, because then we can use it to create more buildings, which then allows us to get more stuff. How about this world? Gas giant? Yeah. Chances of living on a gas giant, not very high. A lot of these have minerals. I'm really looking for energy first before we go into minerals, but that's fine. Every kind of bit that we wait, we get a little bit more energy saved up, so that's fine. We get here, just a frozen world with 0% habitability. Oh, there we go. So this gas giant has some energy credits that we can get off of it. So we can send our construction ship over there to build a mining outpost. Costs 90, costs 1 energy to maintain. But it will give us 3 energy, so that's like a 2 energy upgrade. And we get that every, every tick, basically. I don't quite know where the ticks are. I think it's monthly still. Anyway. I say still, but I mean like other Paradox games, it's monthly. I haven't really checked. Right, what are we doing with this planet? Oh, game saving. I thought that was something like a pop-up happening. Nope. 0% habitability, 0% habitability. We're not really finding anything good in our own solar system here. We probably got the only habitable planet in our solar system. If we follow our science ship here, it's just heading all the way down to this little barren world next to us. Actually, it's heading down to this toxic world next to us first. Then to the barren world, and then it'll kind of bounce all over the place. Can we see anything else on the galaxy map yet? Not really. Nothing else is exactly happening in the galaxy map yet. So we just don't have to worry about it. We'll just head back to our own little bit. Our leader gained a level. Now I believe this just increases your research speed, like for this science ship person. It doesn't actually do anything else. And it also maybe gives them a chance to get extra traits. I don't believe they had any extra traits, but it gives them a chance. Well, we'll just dismiss that for just now and let our science ship go on its way. How's our construction ship going? Hasn't quite finished building it yet. After it's finished there, I'll probably get it to work on this asteroid here for an extra little bit of minerals. Where's it heading off to? It's heading off to this little group over here. I don't imagine we're going to find any other worlds that we can actually colonize here, just because they're a little bit rare. Right, we finished our mining station. We will send our construction ship over here now to get a few minerals. That's pretty good. It'll cost 1 energy per tick, so that'll be put us down to 8, but we'll get another 3 minerals. That's probably fine. It's just about balancing your energy and your minerals, I think, right now. Nothing really else needs to be done, because we're not really pushing for either one desperately. We're just getting resources for later. Okay, during the survey of our home system, we found something on VI Mikal that did not match our earlier observations made from our home world. So basically, this is an anomaly we found, and these could give us different things, a lot of different things. I don't entirely know what they are yet, but we can just send our research ship to go and have a look at that, and then it'll go and resume what it was previously doing afterwards. So we'll see if we find anything here. It takes a reasonable amount of time, but it's not too long. How is our research going, like our technology? It's still about 30 months to go, so quite a while. Right. There's really not a lot to do with our military fleet. We could send it off to other kind of... One thing we could do is we could use it for scouting. We use it to scout other systems, but I don't really want to come into conflict with anything yet, so we're just going to leave it where it is. And then when we send our science ship to the next sector, we'll send our military ship with it as kind of an escort, and that'll allow our science ship to be a little bit more protected. Secrets at the doorstep. We found one of our old probes at Vi Mikal. It has somehow kept intact all these years and is trying to send data to our homeworld. It stands as a testament to our past struggles and our wish to flee our planet's bounds. We should continue to investigate these sorts of anomalies whenever we have the chance. It will most assuredly grant us new knowledge and technology. So right now, this doesn't really give us anything, like, at all. But that's fine. It's just showing us what anomalies are, I think. Unless it does give us something and I completely missed it. Do we want to use our ship to get a few more minerals? We get like another one of these other planets. Let's go for just for the next asteroid along. Let's mine it. Encounter in Drul Ikril. We've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Drul Ikril system. These strange objects have been flagged as alpha aliens, and until we can learn more about them, we should proceed with caution. Interesting. It did not take long for the great Evandari nation to come across intelligent alien life. The fleet's reports to the Evandari capital somewhat understate just how alien these forces appear, and only in passing mentions the failure to open comms. So, the thing that we can do with these now, if we go back to our situation log that I was showing you earlier, is we could do this mission, and we just say we want to do it. It'll just start researching the alpha aliens. However, this also has a cost. It pauses all society research while we're doing it. And because we're going for the colonizing really early, I'm going to not research the aliens just yet. They are quite a strong military power, and they are right on our border, which is a little bit worrying, but as you can see here, we actually have these numbers here in the center are the military power of each thing. And actually, if we have a look at it here, our construction ship has... is that our construction ship? That's our mining station, has 41 military power. Our homeworld has 400, and our ships here have 75. So we could quite easily defend our mining stations around the place and our homeworld. So it's unlikely that these alpha aliens are going to pose us a threat unless we take our fleet away. So we're going to need to watch out for that. Right. Did we find anything interesting over here apart from the anomalies? No, not really. No habitable worlds. It does tell us if they're habitable, but I like to see if there's like a chance, like a very small chance, but no, none of them are even slightly habitable.
System survey complete.
Yes, we have finished surveying the entire system. I think we want to send our science ship off somewhere else. Probably don't want to send it to the sim system, because that's where we just saw the other people coming from. Is that within our borders? It's difficult to tell. That is within our borders. Cool. So we'll send them off to the Kuzum system. Let's get our science ship. And I would like to send you to survey this place. Cool. And now we can see what hyper space travel looks like. So it just charges up for a little bit. In theory, it is moving, right? It just charges up and then it's gone. And it instantly warps to the next place, over to Kuzum. And it'll just explore this place on its own. I believe there are ways of working out whether your actual systems will contain habitable life just by looking at, like, just kind of eyeballing it, but I think surveying it's not a bad plan. You can still find anomalies, you can still find cool things around the place, you can find different minerals. So it's always worth having a look. Right, let's head back and see how our construction ship's going, how it's doing. It's almost done. Cool, we got a few more minerals. How's our world doing? Do we have any more population being built? Yeah, see, we can see here that this would be where the next pop would kind of come in. And we could start, say, building in this place if we wanted to build a specific building instead of just taking the default bonus, which I think we probably should do. So, I didn't really want to enslave, purge. No, I want to build. So we could build like a mining network or a power plant, and this just produces us resources that don't really, like they give us more resources than default, basically. Maybe we want to just produce more food and try and increase growth, or a science lab to just give us extra, like, research off the bat. That could work, actually. Yeah, we'll just build a basic science lab here. It'll take away the energy and the materials that we would get here. However, I think we're getting enough elsewhere, and I think that would, having the extra science lab early could turn out to be very useful. Right, let's head back to here and see how our science ship is doing. Send over to the gas giant. Unlikely to find any life there, but more likely to find, it's more likely to find, what am I talking about? Yeah, materials here. So energy and things you're more likely to find on gas giants. In fact, there we go. Found energy on the gas giant. We can actually send our mining station over there once we get another, we can send our construction ship over there to build a mining station once we get another 45 minerals. So we need to wait a little bit for that, but we'll get it soon. It's not too bad. We're almost there. It will only take us a couple of months. Or a couple of how many long these ticks are. I think it's months. We could actually check right here. This gets to 30 and it ticks. It's months. Yeah, it's months. Okay. So we'll send our mining ship over when we have enough. How much do we need now? 18, so another 2 months and it'll be done. But I think I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you for watching. As this is the start of a new series, please leave a like, a comment, dislike, whatever. Every bit of interaction helps with search rankings, and it is very helpful to the continued growth of the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.